Alrighty, well we've had a bit of a clean out here in the laundry. What you guys didn't see on camera was, is that another bloody nail? Shit, you can never get rid of them all. I actually got some wood, framing wood that's basically like this type of stuff that was underneath a whole heap of floorboards, and the floorboards had actually protected this stuff from going rotten, even though this stuff had been there for 15 years. And it's as straight as a gun barrel and almost like new, but she's a little bit like this, where you got a bit of dust staining and maybe a couple of water drips, but generally it's almost perfect. So I spent a lot of time stacking all that in. A few still had plaster edging on, which I broke off and held on with the little plaster nails. And I've sort of stored them under cover so I can reuse them in the future. Because of the roof that was missing there, and plenty of wind and dry blooming soil, we had a bit of dust come in. And there'd been a lot of this silver paper here. This is not actually paper, it's actually like a plastic hessian. Not UV resistant. Doesn't need to be, it's behind a wall. Well, I had some of it with polycarbonate above it, and the blooming sunlight got to it and stuffed it up. The polycarbonate is supposed to be UV resistant, but then again the damn polycarbonate was, oh man, I think it was from the mid-90s. And it was it was 10 years old when I got it, and that was in 2004, 2005 that I got the damn stuff. So anyway, a lot of that had flaked off, a lot of crap had gone everywhere. I still see a little bit of it. Just sort of flakes up like that. So anyway, I got Ye Old A vacuum cleaner. It's a little bit smaller than most because it's a compact, but this is from 1998. This has come from an old woman who was a hoarder, and she didn't have much floor space to actually vacuum because of being a hoarder. So the long and short of it is I ended up with it, and it's basically done almost nothing. But it's actually a decent one made not in China. And from 1998. I can still get one kind of aftermarket brand of bags for it. Not terribly cheap. It's $3 a bag, it works out, but all the same, I got myself this little cyclonic thinger. So she comes up here. This is actually off a Makita vacuum thingy. Goes around, it comes up here and it curves around, starts to circle, coming into here, and most of it, you sort of almost got to keep it, most of the time you should be keeping it upright, and it'll all build up in the bottom. And the actual vacuum here goes through to this piece here, and you can see there's little holes in it. Whatever won't go through those holes stays in here. What does go through those holes, which is very little, goes into the bag. They say it's 90%. Seeing them, trying to vacuum bloody nails and big lumps of stuff, it's in lumps of plaster and bloody leaves and all this, it's actually more than 90%. If you start going under the mower and, you've got a bunch of grass seeds, you're emptying this damn thing, about every 20 seconds before it fills up to there. That just sort of, you spin that around and it clicks out of those lugs, little lugs stuck out the side. It's bloody brilliant. It wasn't cheap. $69 for that thing, but my gosh, it's good. It's pre-cyclonic filter. Anyway, got some sheets very cheaply, very cheaply for what they are. As a kid, we used to have some fairly rough sheets. I wouldn't be surprised if they're 120 thread count or something like that. And a lot of the time, I end up with these basic ones from a major supermarket chain, and 180 thread. I got a whole bunch of these on the cheap when I was doing sewing, and I'd done a bit of quick calculations and realised it was dirt cheap material because they'd been discounted to about half price. This is the only fitted one I've got. I think it is. Most of them have got a flat sheets, but honestly got like 10 or 11 of the things, plus this one that's fitted that I'm actually leaving for the van. And yeah, well, regardless of what some people think about off-gridders, I'm absolutely determined to have a nightly shower. And regardless of that, somehow you still get dirty bed sheets, and I probably should wash them more than I should. And the grime builds up, and I just say, I'll stuff it. And I just, if it doesn't wash out easily, I end up chucking the sheets out. And yeah, so anyway, I thought, well, we need some more, because I washed my sheets the other day and realised the top one was just crap. And so I got some super duper fine stuff on the discount. How much of a discount? I'll get to that in a second. There's a discount because of the shrinkage. There's actually 2 pillowcases, a fitted sheet and a flat sheet for a queen bed. And the shrinkage may have gone over their accepted tolerance. These have come out of India, not China, India, who does a hell of a lot of cotton. And yeah, basically they were $118 and I got them for $25. I don't think I've actually had any sheets this fine. I don't think I've had anything over 180 thread count, to be honest. But it is, very bloomin' fancy schmancy material. A lot of these that I get are 50-50 cotton polyester, but this is straight cotton. And India really, really excels in cotton. It's just, that's their game, really. They are really good on the cotton-based fabric and clothing industries. Anyway, I've got to give these a pre-wash, and I'm going to rip that other blasted grimy thing off the top. And I sort of usually, I don't just have a mattress and a sheet. I'll have a mattress, one sheet underneath, then another sheet over the top, so that if one mattress, the top sheet gets grimy, you've got the second sheet to protect it. Then what I do is I chuck the top sheet out if I can't really wash it terribly well, and I'll put a new sheet on the mattress, and then the sheet that was directly against the mat, that moves up to the top. And so you sort of always, the newest one goes directly against the mattress. But anyway, I'll wash these and get on with the day. My father's making a scrap metal run tomorrow morning. So that means that all the old crap that's coming out from under here, including there's a whole big side of something that's made up of scraps of sheet metal. I've got to actually dig it out from about 8 inches of soil. And there's old drums that you can see one there. And I've got to go and, basically round up all that crapola for tomorrow morning.